Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. Welcome to a video that is going to be devoted to a subject. Of course, it's Sunday. And you know what I like to do on a Sunday is look at a particular topic and then just expand on it. This particular topic is all about AI and inputs, mainly to do with AI profiling and inputs, because let's face it, you want a smooth battle, but it's not always the thing that happens. You might be like going, okay, well, you're going to throw a special at me? No, you're going to hold on to it, hold on to it. Hold on to it. Gonna hold on to. Yes, holding on to it. Holding on to the special. Oh, yeah, holding on to it. I'll go to hit you in the block to. Yes, bait you out. Yes, that's always fun, isn't it? And after last week's kind of revelation about AI profile information and values and also what the AI actually does, I think this was a very important time to kind of expand on a topic that I briefly mentioned midweek. So has AI changed over the years? The answer is yes, it has. Kabam have said in the past that it hasn't, but it's quite clear that it has. I've seen times where Kabam Mike said, yeah, this is bizarre to me. We haven't changed the thing. Are we really saying that AI was exactly the same as it was when it was built in later 2014 or throughout 2014 to when it's released in later 2014 and is functioning all the way to 2023? Again, that would be bizarre to me to kind of figure out that was the case. It would be the same kind of like if I kind of went like, okay, AI is same across the board. Like, okay, well, here is Act 1 and here is a Doctor Strange. Now, is it a case this one-star Doctor Strange's behavior is going to be exactly like the likes of the Grandmaster, the Realm of Legends Winter Soldier? It's a case that like all these AI profiles are going to be different for different pieces of content. That's really it. Now, the AI does seem very different in very different locations. Like when you go into Arena, it is more common that if you're fighting off against some of these enemy champions, they are holding their blocks for a lot longer. So if you're just like there, just kind of like just hanging about, chilling a bit, the block holding in Arena is more of a consistent thing. Now, it could be a case that they hold a block for, I don't know, an additional 1 second than they do elsewhere. I don't know the finer details of it, and to try and get that particular information, would just take a long time. But I'm sure that a lot of people have seen this. I've experienced this in Arena. The AI can be at times more passive, more defensive, and hold its block a lot more, or just be kind of very kind of sluggish in coming at you. Which strikes me as if there's an AI profile that is set to Arena, that's just kind of like a generic thing as to like how champions alternate. What would this be a case? Well, it could be something like that block while being attacked, the profile there, the one that says like 4086. These could be something that one of these could be in Arena, for example. Block chance there, again, that could be an option. Block recovery max time. Now that's something that's quite interesting. Like the way that the AI moves out from being attacked, and at the same time, the same thing could be said for like what you're doing as to like how the enemy counters it. And this is the thing where I think if you look back to when Kabam put this post out about why it's so hard to navigate input issues, I wonder whether or not it's considered like, Kabam is going, okay, well, player user error, but then what if the AI is kind of behaving in such a way that won't give the person that's trying to repro the problem the correct type of data? I'll give you a good example. Like if Kabam is saying in this particular thing, this note, saying there are some really weird and interesting swipe patterns in this recording. So the player's obviously playing in a kind of quicker succession. Maybe it's a bit like, it's amped up. And maybe that's because, say, the way that the AI is kind of behaving is then changing the pattern of play for you as a player. I've talked about this before, where sometimes you're looking at a situation, it's just like you completely kind of go to jelly because you're looking at the way the AI has done certain things, like recovered really quickly in a way that you're like, whoa, this is so unanticipated. And yeah, okay, this game is all about expect the unexpected, but again, it just goes down to fair AI in this game. The same way that you would go and play any other game and go, okay, well, it's completely ridiculous to have this particular NPC behave in this particular way, this particular enemy boss play in this particular way. Some stuff needs to be put in that's fair, and then is it a case that then this AI profiling at the time or based on a certain type of content, or is it something to do with Alliance Wars that it's ramped up again? You're looking at some of these codes and you're kind of going like, okay, well, is this where you are then changing your play style and habits, which are then, it's like saying to Kabam, we're going like, oh no, the player just played like trash in that particular time. Yeah, well, your AI is behaving in such a way that's making players just play ape scat, depending on where the AI profiles may be, and if indeed it is affecting the change in what you would be like, well, I'll play like this. Oh no, that's not wise, because you get slapped in the face because the AI is being aggressive from coming out of certain particular behaviors. It is more commonly throwing heavy attacks when it's just shouldn't be. And so much more. Like, there may be something when it comes to like windows of opportunity to go in on AIs, whether or not it's indeed with kind of punishing a special attack. And that's the other thing. If you're looking to punish a special attack and the enemy is recovering twice as fast, then it's a problem. I mean, that fight just there, that was absolutely fine. But it was a case that this was on the very low end, and this was the 4-star that wasn't really properly ranked up. If I was going up against something a bit further down the line with, say, the streaks in arena, would I be experiencing a different kind of AI? Would I indeed be looking at a situation of the enemy's just thrown a special attack, and depending on either the window, the space that I have between the champion's placement on the screen and my placement, am I able to, like, if I was 1 meter, for example, away, but in actuality I was 2 meters, then because I wasn't between 1 meter and 2 meters of the space away from the champion after they threw the special attack, is it a case I would guarantee myself a hit? Is it a case that, like, on one particular occasion with one AI profile, they would be able to smash me in the face? Or is it a case that if it was a different AI profile, which was a slow recovery, that it would be a case I'd be able to kind of like get the hit in? And it does make me think, when there's kind of recovery times, minimum and maximum time, is it a case these close windows and again just kind of bring that difference of enjoyment and understanding of the AI going like, okay, I can do this time. No, I'm going to smack you in the face with a special attack or another move for a 5-hit combo into oblivion. Now, shout out to MCOC Leaks for this particular info, because this is interesting as well. There's this here, which is stuff like heavy attack cheese detection. This indicates the chance of AI to intercept, bait, block your heavy attack. Very interesting recently because of the but the performance around Domino with the Incinerate synergy with Massacre and Red Hulk. That could be something of like, okay, well, is that something to watch out for? Because that could be something of a trigger for the AI profile to understand what you're doing. And also when it comes to intercept and also bait, because we've just seen it. Like, it was a case like I did a bait only when I hit into the block, but other times it was like, I'm going to throw a special attack at you. But also with other stuff, punching bag. This indicates whether the AI should act like a very noob AI. And again is the question as to like, where is in game this very kind of like noob AI? Like, I've just gone into Road to Labyrinth right here and the first quest. Get a parry off very, very nicely, which is great. And I want to like, and again, like another kind of consistent parry right there. Going into like hitting the champion there, like that was really well executed. Even when the enemy champion was swiping back, I was able to kind of intercept into them. So I want to assume that maybe this is where you see the noob AI. It's just going to be at further stages that you see kind of more, I'd say, intelligent AI. Again, we'll try to like, just see. We got consistent parries, which was good. And then again, just kind of like, are we able to get like, look, did you just see that? Right there. I was able to, while the enemy was static doing nothing, it was idling right there. So you can play this back and have a look, but I'll just showcase right there. The AI was idling. It is very rare when you get to things like Throne Breaker difficulty and other areas of the game that the AI idles quite like that. A static AI that's just there like, Yeah, well, come at me then, do something and actually get hit. Most of the time when you do that in upper content, you will find that you are either hitting into a block, number one, or the enemy is going to attack at you at a very quick medium or a light attack, starting you off with a combo. You would not be able to do that in other kind of higher up pieces of content. And even there, the champion at distance randomly is doing a heavy attack, which I was able to kind of just go in and smack with a kind of a... yeah, like I think that very much proves the point about what kind of AI we are putting up with here for this. So yes, that kind of gives you an idea of where the noob AI is. So again, going back to what Kabam have said when they've done kind of reports on this. So as it says here, in this example, the player perceives that they have control again after the previous incoming hit. The character stands idle for a couple of frames, but the data-driven hit stun window is still active. I would actually question why the character stands idle, because at the end of the day, that's something that you kind of go like, well, an input should have been there. As far as the tech is concerned, everything is functioning as expected, but it's easy to see why the player expects to be able to dodge here. Reviewing a recording of the repro attempt also showed that the character is still in a medium to recoil state. It never actually transitions to idle. But again, the something that I want to mention here is nothing is being mentioned with this stuff about the AI profile. And look, we've covered on the channel many times about different areas when it comes to like inputs and AI, and where this all kind of comes together is how Kabam look to kind of deal with these kind of problem solving. They say that in the past that this is to do with either if it's not input issues not working correctly, and to bring this kind of coverage to a round circle with covering like the AI side of things and input issues, they go hand in hand. Because Kabam say a lot of the time when it comes to input issues, it's not actually input issues, but it could be a collection of champion animation problems. If that's the case, all your champions in the game are bugged and need to be dealt with. But that is something that you just don't see from Kabam when it comes to the report side of things, is they won't go under the hood to the things like the AI profiles and go, hang on, wait a minute, like, is this a case that the AI profile was functioning correctly? Because you can see on screen right now, well, you know, input issues are still a thing. They've always been a thing. They will continue to be a thing. Even there, where you kind of swipe back and it doesn't register. Instead, it registers as a block and then a release of the block. So yeah, something definitely amiss there. And AI is definitely a thing that is a constant problem, a constant issue, but also a And yes, AI is a constant problem and conundrum because you don't know half the time. It's like, okay, I'm swiping on something. Is this work? Does this not work? And as well, is enemies kind of like functioning in the correct way? And that's that trust level that's always very difficult when it comes to like how it functions. Yeah, you can't get a W all the time. And Kabam will be like, oh, you can't win all the time. Well, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that there's quite clear information and fact that the AIs are very different, and at the same time it will change perception for the player when playing, which is a problem of the fairness of this game. And especially when you learn that in the past, as Cam put here at the start of the year, there's a very annoying AI bug on the CTP beta where rooted opponents hold block a lot. So look, there is bugs out there. There is issues when it comes to the AI. A lot of people will look at situations like this and going tinfoil hat. I'm sure even Kabam will say tinfoil hat, but it doesn't escape the fact that, and this is why I wanted to kind of wait until we had some sufficient information, some concrete stuff to go off when talking about AI. Hopefully in this video, we've kind of like, you've seen some showcase of the way the difference of the AI and how it functions. Also the extent of fairness which it becomes an issue. And especially when you see on screen, like with this is exactly what, you know, disproves what Kabam have said in the past. They can't ever say that the AI is completely all the same. It's not. Has it changed over the years? Yes, it has. Of course it has. They've even said it has. You cannot hit into block. Hit into block countered by a special bug is not a bug. Even Kabam said back in. If I could ever find that thread, I'd be so happy just to kind of showcase where Kabam have said that they fixed that because that was a problem, that was a bug. And they were at first. Then they were like, we're not going to address it because it's like a feature and plays into the AI profile structure as to how it comes at you, does not come at you, slaps you in the face with a special attack, and does all these things that make you kind of go, great, I've got to change my playstyle in order to deal with this one. But in any case, what do you think about the current state of AI? Do you think that it's changed a lot in the past? Do you think it hasn't changed at all? Do you think that there's some stuff you don't really trust when it comes to Kabam and what could be going on underneath the hood? What are your thoughts? Put it in the comment section down below, and make sure to check out some other content located on screen, and I'll see you next Sunday when we're dissecting another topic. But cheers everybody, have a great day, bye bye.